ñëwoon nañ fii ay weer si gannaaw so ñu ne ñu ñëwaat tey pour gisaat la suñu yoon bi nag lu tax ñu tàmbale ko mooy seen affaire yi clinique bi ñëwoon nañ fii pour seen affaire yi clinique ñu leen digoon ne dañ incha allah bugg a sampal clinique si njaam fii nii dem nañ defar plan bi yëpp pare na ñu ngi war a start liggéey bi si ay weer si gannaaw wante affaire yi corona bi ñëw génn corona bi moo ñu tardeloo wante dégg nañ ne tamit dëkk bi pareel ngeen paaka fu ñu war a sampa clinique boobu noonu so loolu tamit kontaan nañ ci di leen gërëm di leen sant plan bi yëpp pare na léegi def nañ costing bi so luñ bëgg a def léegi mooy pour advertise ko parce que nguur su buggee def façon yooyu def ko dee advertise ñu ko mun a sampa te ñu bëgg a koo sampa ñoom ñu apply ñu fill ay forms so mooy ñu def tender suñ defee tender boobu ku ko win kooku lañ ko jox pour mu ñëw sampa ko.
Program officer, program manager, thank you very much. The Directorate of Public Health Promotion and Education at the Ministry of Health will be presenting the report on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmad Lamin Samate, the Chair of the National Health Emergency Committee. Mr. Dabo will present the report in English and also with a Mandinka summary. Welcome, Mr. Dabo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sankano, and good evening to everyone here, the media team. And as you rightly said, this is the 48th National Situational Report since the confirmation of the first case of COVID-19 in the Gambia, which was on the 17th of March 2020, when the country reported its first case. So today, as of today, we have registered 2 new laboratory confirmed cases, bringing the total number of cases confirmed in the country to 22. Both newly confirmed cases, a male and a female, have been in quarantine for recently returning to the country from Senegal. We have 2 new probable cases that have also been recorded. While one of the new probable cases is in quarantine for having a recent travel history to Senegal, the other is epi-linked to one of the newly confirmed cases. Out of the 45 laboratory test results received, 43 are results of sample taken from new people and 2 are repeated test results. Of the results of the newly test people, 39 returned negative. 39 return negative, 2 indeterminate, and 2 return positive for COVID-19. Of the repeated test results, while one of the previous confirmed cases remained positive, the results of another previous confirmed case returned negative for the second consecutive time, which is an indication of her recovery from COVID-19. While 7 people were newly taken into quarantine, 17 people were discharged from testing negative for COVID-19 upon completion of the mandatory quarantine period. We have 4 high-risk contacts that were traced and 30 low-risk contacts completed follow-up. The country currently have 89 persons under quarantine, 11 active cases, and 3 probable cases. So now we can give you the global summary. Since 31st December 2019 and as of 10th May 2020, a total of 4,117,295 cases of COVID-19 in accordance with the applied case definition in the affected countries have been reported. Of these, 283,699 deaths were registered, and 1,487,525 recovered from the disease. Coming back to our neighbors, Senegal, they have recorded 1,709 confirmed cases, 650 recovered from the disease. Currently, we have 89 people, as I said, on quarantine. A total of 1,238 tests were conducted and 22 are positive. So in the Gambia, we have conducted 1,238 tests, and out of these, 22 are positive. 349 people completed quarantine, 739 contact traced, and 310 people completed follow-up. Daily coordination meetings are ongoing at both the strategic and the technical level. Now I will give you a summary of the activities going under each of the sections. As you are all aware, we have different sections under the COVID-19 response. So under logistic and safety, the following activities were conducted. Barra police caution and charge a driver for overloading his vehicle, thereby violating the directives of the president. Under surveillance and laboratory, the following activities are ongoing. Out of the 45 laboratory test results received, 43 are results of the sample taken from the new people and 2 are repeated tests. So as of today, we have received 45 laboratory tests, as I said, and 43 of these are samples taken from new people, while 2 are repeated test results. Out of the results of newly tested people, 39 returned negative, and 2 indeterminate, and 2 returned positive for COVID-19. Of the repeated test results, while one of the previous confirmed case remained positive, the results of another previous confirmed case returned negative for the second consecutive time, which is an indication of our recovery from COVID-19. Training on RRT, that is the rapid response team, and the contact tracing is completed in CRR, LRR, NB, and North Bank Region East, and North Bank West. Contacts of cases of case 18 rejected the contact tracing team. On case management component, the following activities have been implemented. 11 COVID-19 patients currently receiving and responding to treatment. The support given to frontline workers, people under quarantine, and those receiving treatment. On risk communication and community engagement, the following activities are ongoing. 8 TV and 17 radio programs successfully conducted, 1 press briefing conducted, 22 communities and 754 households sensitized or engaged on COVID-19 preventive measures using existing community structures. The summary of social media activities, 5 Facebook and 2 Twitter posts shared with a cumulative reach of 24,689. Summary of calls to the 1025. We've received 554 calls, and out of these, 538 were COVID-19 related, and 16 non-COVID-19 related. 16 of these calls were booked for further follow-up by the rapid response team, and 16 were booked for further follow-up by the quarantine team. Coming to the next steps, the way forward for the Minister of Health and the activities we will be embarking on. Security to open a post at Ardo, as it is becoming a major route of entry into the country. Also to consider testing low-risk contacts of contacts, before discharging upon mandatory follow-up. All SOPs to be revised in accordance in order to cater for gender and the differentially able. North Bank East Regional Health Directorate to use part of its impress to buy a pressure machine and mount fix it to push water to the overhead tank. Inclusion of immigration in the rapid response team to facilitate the deportation of non-Gambians sneaking into the country. Also, enforcement of the letter and the spirit of the restriction order contained in the state of emergency declared RRT to investigate and establish the possible source of infection of the new case vigorously and systematically. We are determined to strengthen surveillance at all points of entries, including the undesignated ones. We will be having voluntary testing of all patients with respiratory symptoms at all health facilities. That's one of the plans. And also to engage private pharmacies to report clients presenting flu-like symptoms to the rapid response team. And as well as to strengthen rapid response and contact tracing teams at all the regions in the Gambia. Finally, we would like to appeal to the general public to always put on face masks when going out in public or meetings. In addition, the public is advised to adhere to the state of public emergency regulations in all its forms, and as well observe physical and social distancing. We therefore encourage the public to comply with the security forces and the COVID-19 personnel whenever they appear to carry out their duties in containing COVID-19. We would like to thank the general public for increasingly using the toll-free line, that's the 1025, to report suspects, and they can continue providing valuable information to the call center. On this note, I would like to thank everyone, especially the media, for the continuous collaboration and dedication to the service of this country. Together, we can defeat COVID-19 in the country. Thank you very much. Mbe mol kontonna, mbe ñing kibaro minketa coronavirus COVID-19 ngala kuma kangol min sindi luwolum banko abe tembe jumale to nanata coronavirus la karola mbela fula wala fola de manding ngamin foni angale kangola ka sindi mbadi manding ka moy lal fanala mbe nyintandi la ko mbe diamo mina sciententim bi banko nyin kan nga coronavirus ay mo fula muta potenke mo kuta fula mi yalon ko na laboratory test nge kiskis ngaje ko nyimo fulol ya sotole so waya tandi ko say banko kan mo muang anim fula wole coronavirus soto nyim banko kan Gambia jam ñing mo fulo min la fata nyim mo muang kan kilo mu keleti do mo musoti anda nye soto nun ibe na quarantine central nka mol mutada min pour kela kol jibe nin sobita minna ibe nun woleto ayatra nu ibota nun Senegal le amam me bake o kan nga mo fula fana soto miliyalon ko nyela kiskisiro kela koto batna kiskisiro min tandi wolom nyinti ko ila result sol mam pare folo bawo ay nga courant doje je bari anin corona nyim mamulum barabe corona la dimbal la nyina kono so woto wo kan wo mo fulolu mbol fana la kiskisiro nyin continue la le ka jibe fo tonya min soro fo corona lon faman ke woti o kan bi nga kibaro min soto min bota na kiskisir bundato min kera laboratory e ka mol jibe dami ka mol la sample jibe dami nga nyin soto je ko sample 45 min tata fo tan nani ani lulu ye wolle test ye wolle jibe mo tan nani lulu o mo tan nani lulo kono mo tan nani ani saba wali na kiskisiro atandi ko wolmu mo kutolete mo fulolu mili la fata kan wolu nga wol tesle nu jannim bi akamta ko wolle la fata ka wol manke kuta malte wo mo kutol nyin kono mo tan nanin sabo kono mo tan sabanin kononto woliya tandila na kiskisiro ya tandila ko wol man corona soto mo fula doron ay wala tandi ko wole corona soto moto mbe continue la ka nyin kiskisirol ke kaje ko banko nyin asetankano coronavirus la nyame wo kono mbe nyim fana tandila nga mo kutas warawula nga wala samba quarantine central nin ko quarantine central wollon dulalti dami ya lon ko kam wol mutaje nin so vitamin na kola wala momi ya lon ko abota nan tamola dulato comme Senegal dami ya lon ko nyin coronavirus bi de nke samba jele ngi mutaje fo tili dantang min bidala fo tili tang anin kono kono tili tan nin nan kono 14 days nga jibe foyte nyin courant soto foy ma soto wo kono ngatandi ko mo 7 min data fo mo worwula nga wala samba mo kutol wo kono fana milbi je nun mol milbe nun je janni nyim mo kutol kata nga mo tang ani worwula bula kan tun ko niaje nge bula nga jele ko e man corona nyin soto yela tilitang nin nano nyim beke quarantine ne bari man na corona nyin soto so wo ya tandi ko tol fengo fennetela nate bula na do kulal fana be kiskisiro ke kanne mol min yalon ko e corona soto kabule noma enim mojumalle mata nyola enim mojumalle sabatita enim mojumalle la kool be nyokono pour nga wol fana la kool jibe nge samba quarantine isaje ko nse bule la kool noma no nyami so ni abe kiskisi science tenting nga mo tanse nin kononto wala soto milbe quarantine wo kono aliya lonko 11 mo tang anin killing comme nga fale nyami saying banko mo muang anin fula wolle corona soto nga wolle je ko wolle corona soto banko kanjang bar wo mo nin fulo nyin kono mo kilingo nga kalamta ko wosi o doyata nunje wotuta nunje a banta nun nyin sasa nyin kono wo kono nata je ko min tata fo mo tang anin killing science tenting wolle be loptano nyinto ibe jaralo nyin soto kan woto malbe wolu nga nge bulale ibe kende yatale isete la suwol kon so woto wokan wala mu kibarin ndingoti lafta min fulani mandika kamala mbe muruna kan kotangol kanne suru akan anin kan kotangol ka kibaro nyum futanda Allah ala baraka baake
baraka ba Buba Dabo, Program Manager, Health Communication, that is Directorate of Health Promotion and Education. So saying which language is available. I guess Urwa Kamoto, Salifu. You want to do it in Wolof, summary? Okay. Our colleague Pamodu Fall will do the summary in Wolof. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum mbokk yi comme ni ko Buba Dabo waxee bi mooy ñeneen fukk ak juróom-ñetta report boo xam ne moom lañ leen dee jox ci wàllum feebari corona bi report bi nag li moo wone mooy ne ci réewi Gambia am na ñaar ñoo xam ne am nañ feebar bii nii di feebari corona fi mu nekk nii réewi Gambia ñu ngi am ñaar fukka ak ñaari nit ñoo ko fi amagum ci réew mi fii di feebari corona bii nii li ñu wax mooy ne ñi nga xam ne ñu ees ñi ko am ni góor la ak jigéen ñoom ñoo ko am te fan lañ ràngee jàngoro ji si ñoom moo ci quarantine centre bi foofu lañ xamee ne am nañ mandarga feebari corona bii nii am na ñaar ñoo xam ne nag ñu ngi leen a seet waaye nag benn tey seen mbir leeragut pour ci feebar bii nii am na ñeneen fukka ak juróom laboratoire test yoo xam ne moom am nañ ko loolu lañ jotoon ñeneen fukka ak ñetta results yoo xam ne samples yoo xam ne jëloon nañ ko ci loolu noonu am na ñaar yoo xam ne ñu ngi seet results yooyu noonu ci jamono jii nii results yi nga xam ne am nañ ko ci yi nga xam ne moom lañ testagum ñetta fukka ak juróom ñeneen ñoom ñoo ñoom dañ ràññee ne am dañ négatif ci feebar bi nii ñaar ñoo xam ne nag xamaguñ seen mbir leeragut am na ñaar ñoo xam ne nag dañ positif ci Covid-19 bii am na juróom-ñaar yoo xam ne ñoom nag yóbbu nañ leen ci quarantine centre bi am na fukk ak juróom-ñaari nit ñoo xam ne ñooñu fi mu nekk ci jamono ji nii bàyyi nañ leen ñooñu si quarantine centre bi lañ nekkoon waaye nag gis nañ ne complete nañ seen quarantine bi nga xam ne war nañ def nañ ko ci diiri fukki fan ak ñeneent am na ñeneen ñoo xam ne ñooñu moom ñu ngi woon high risk contacts am na ñetta fukk ñoo xam ne ñoom nag ñu ngi low risk lañ waaye ñoom ñu ngi leen a toppa fi mu nekk nii li nga xam ne moom lañ amagum ci ñi nga xam ne moom lañ quarantine mooy ñetta fukk ak juróom-ñeneenti nit ñoo xam ne ñoom ñoo nekkagum quarantine fi mu nekk ñi nga xam ne am nañ active case mooy fukk ak benn ñoom lañ am ñu ngi am ñetta ñoo xam ne ñooñu tam ñu ngi seet seen mbir dafa noonu suñ ko xoolee ci fii nii ci réewi Gambia doore ko ci May 10 ñu ngi am total of si globally mooy si àdduna si 4,117 4,117,029 cases moom lañ am globally waaye suñ ñëwee fii nii nag ci Gambia coordination meeting si moom mu ngee dem ci jamono ji nii bor bu set am na coordination meeting yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko def ci ministre bi director of health promotion ñoom risk communication bi ñoom tam ñu ngi ko def ak yeneen comité si logistique ak yeneen yi nga xam ne ñoom tam ñu ngi def seen meeting si nii ci kootu suñ ñëwee ci loolu noonu ñu ne ci baara am nañ noo xam ne driver boo xam ne dafa overload la doon def ci lifinam bi dañ violate rules si suñ xoolee presidential directives si liñ joxe mooy ne driver si dafa am su fekkee ne fukk ak ñaar la half bi moom ngaa jël juróom benn ngaa jël waaye gis nañ ne am na driver boo xam ne violate na li nii ci jéggi na sarta yoo noonu ci baara suñ ñëwee ci wàllum surveillance gis nañ ne comme ni ma ko waxee woon ci njëlbeen def nañ ñeneen fukk ak juróom mi laboratory test moom la gaay def su wàllum training ben tey am na training yoo xam ne tam ñu ngi ko def si tundu Makati ak tundi Mansakonko ak tundi North Bank East boori Farafenni ak North Bank West boori Bara su ñëwee si wàllum case management comme li ñu wax rek mooy ne 11 lañ amagum fukk ak ñen ñoo xam ne ñoom tam ñu ngi respond to treatment seen faju yi li ñu wax mooy ne am na pour wàllum programme communication ak community engagement communication committee bi am na juróom-ñetti télévision programme yoo xam ne am nañ ko ak fukk ak juróom-ñaari radio programmes yoo xam ne loolu am nañ ko successfully def nañ tam benn press conference boo xam ne tam am nañ ko am nañ ñaar fukk ak ñaari community engagement ak juróom-ñeenti téeméer juróom fukk ak ñeneent household sensitization yoo xam ne def nañ ko si Covid-19 pour seet nit ñi naka la ñoo fanxee seen boppa si jàngoro ji nii so li ñoo wax mooy ne bente ñu ngi ñaax nit ñi Ministry of Health pour ñuy call 1025 bi 1025 koo xam ne am nga njaaxle ci wàllum feebar bii nii mun ngaa call 1025 gars yi dinañ jokkoo yow so li ñoo wax rek mooy ne advice bi nga xam ne moom moo jógee Ministry of Health pour si mooy ne 1025 bi ñu ko call su ñëwee tam si wàllum sécurité wax nañ ne Kër Ardo gis nañ ne tam nit ñi ñoo jógee ci border si ñuy duggee ci border si ñu ngee duggee boor boobu noonu foofu tam plan nañ pour Ministry of Health pour def fa border point boo xam ne foofu noonu tam nit ñi dinañ mun a jéem a seet naka la ñoo pour nit ñi buñ dugga si réew mi fii nii ba pare tam ministre bi comme li nga ko waxee ñu ngee seet pour naka la ñoo continuer test yi contacts yi yooyu noonu pour seet naka la ñoo nit ñi tam follow leen comme li nga xam ne moom lañ defoon bakaw noonu so finally comme ni pour ma summarize rek mooy ne Ministry of Health ben tey ñu ngi sàkku ci nit ñi public bi pour ne ñoom ñuy sol masque waxtu bu nekk ñuy sol masque maas yi nii loolu tam dina leen dimbale si wàllum jàngoro ji nii te ba pare tam ñu public health emergency bi moom tam ñu respect ko social distance bi tam ay 2 meters yooyu noonu loolu tam ñu respect ko so ministry of health ñu ngi leen a gërëm di leen wax ne waxtu bu nekk ngeen a call 1025 bi jërë ngeen jëf.
jërëjëf Pamo.
Journalists were selected to go and attend to those coverages, which I think the ministry should not do that. It should be on our own risk or our own responsibility to go and cover or not to go and cover any event, but not to be selected who should cover this event and who should cover the next event. For now, I think that's where I want to answer.
Okay. Buba, you want to answer or should I? Let Buba answer, then I can always add.
Thank you very much. I think your concerns are well noted and they are very genuine. With regards to, I will respond to the last one you just talked about, that is the issue of the journalists. We are very much aware that definitely journalists are independent and we cannot interfere in any way as to who should cover our programs and who should not cover our programs. At the level of the ministry, this is a news to us that we are selecting journalists based on our activities to cover our events, which I don't think is the case per se. Probably we are also very conscious of the issue of social distancing and the issue of bringing all the journalists together. But we have a very long standing relationship with the journalists in this country. We are aware that the journalists have an association, and the associations, all the associations are definitely working, cordially with the Minister of Health. So anytime we need the service of journalists in this country, all we need to do, we don't sit and select. We have to liaise with our partners, the association, to give us representations. So we don't actually sit at our corner and say, okay, this particular journalist is important, let's bring him or her on board. No, we don't do that actually. Probably maybe we need to improve on our communication, I would say. Probably we need, I know you have different sub-organizations, because I am aware of the Association of Health Journalists, which definitely they have a president, and anytime we want coverage from this particular group, what we do is we always liaise with the president. So that's where we stop. That's our limitation. So it's the decision of the president to get back to us with the required number of participants or journalists that we need. So basically, I think, as you said, probably we need to improve on our communication, and I agree with you on that aspect. With the issue of the vehicles that you've talked about, Minister of Finance allocating $12 million for the purchase of vehicles. You've said yes, there are a lot of ministries that have downsized, and there are vehicles available that could be used for COVID-19 response. And I couldn't agree more. But then I have to emphasize probably that if you look at the nature of the response in the Gambia, and then the way we should operate, even with the vehicles that are purchased, to me they are still not enough. They're still not enough, because the demand for the services is definitely very huge, and this we have to understand. Probably people out there will not realize what we are doing, the magnitude of the work at hand. So I think, to me, I have seen, and I'm in the response, I'm in the front line, I'm in the response, and I'm there every day. So we have seen instances where, various sections will, borrow vehicles from each other, meaning that they have reached their capacity and they need, support from another section. For instance, just last week, the quarantine team had to call me that, they would need a vehicle from my section, that is the communication team, the vehicle that was allocated for the 1025 going on shift, and then I had to tell them, actually what is happening right now is the vehicle supposed to go and pick these people from their homes at night and bring them to the call center. And then you want to take that one, for another service. I can understand your frustration. There is limitations in terms of our vehicle requirement. So, but then I think, to me, I believe this is the case in the ministry, even the number of vehicles you think are bought and you think they might be sufficient, they are not. They are not sufficient. We would in fact need other ministries, if they are not using their vehicles, to be added. But even with these vehicles bought, and in fact having more vehicles would definitely do us a lot. But vehicle is a very, very important aspect of our work. We have to understand that, we are in a period, we are all in for setting good examples. So we don't want to, overload these vehicles also. We have to observe the social distancing thing. And there are vehicles specifically designed for specific work. For instance, we have vehicles that cannot, do other service, but just to pick suspects, because we know the risk involved. So we have to calculate all these things, and take them into consideration. I will agree with you, yes, we need more vehicles, yes, we need more vehicles. But then, even with all these vehicles, I would say we still need more vehicles to make our work easy. On the issue of what was it again? The Barra case? Yes. The Barra case. This was actually reported under the logistic, and we know the state of emergency is still in place, and we know there are challenges with the implementation or the enforcement of the state of emergency. We agree with you 100%, but that doesn't mean we should not, the police or the security officers should not enforce. Probably, I don't know what you mean when you say they are not enforcing in Serakunda, but they are enforcing in Bara. I don't see the point, because I have seen instances where police have also intervened in the combos. So to me, it's not like a selective justice.
Talking about a particular area,
Serakunda market.
Is
Yeah.
at 0 meters from the police station. So they have seen how the market is, and they haven't intervened in it. This is what I'm talking about, the market, a particular area.
Well, that's my point. If you say they haven't intervened, because I know the security officers are doing all they can, and even at the market end, to make sure people comply to the regulations put in place. For instance, you talk about the time period for food sellers and other commodities. They have different time period. And I've seen, in Serakunda, when this 2 o'clock sub, you've seen, food sellers, shops, rushing to close because they are saying police are coming. So that alone shows that they are definitely doing something. Probably there are challenges, I agree. Even in other settings, I know there are a lot of challenges. Even in vehicles, you cannot control all the vehicles and, and say for certain that, every vehicle that fly on the road, we are sure 100% that they are observing. No, there are vehicles that will bypass the police checkpoints. So these are all challenges, and we have to improve on our system. I agree. But then, we cannot also say we are not doing anything. We are doing a lot, for sure. Thank you very much. I hope I answer your question. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
ñu ñëwaat tey pour gisaat la suñu yoon bi nag lu tax ñu tàmbale ko mooy seen affaire yi clinique bi ñëwoon nañ fi pour seen affaire yi clinique ñu leen di ngoon ne dañ incha allah bugg a sampal clinique si njaam fii nii dem nañ defar plan bi yëpp pare na ñu ngi war a start liggéey bi si ay weer si gannaaw wante affaire yi corona bi ñëw genn corona bi moo ñu tardeloo wante dégg nañ ne tamit dëkk bi